So what do you need to buy a house? That is a question that I get as a realtor and lenders get. And so that is why I'm here today. I'm Katie Darby and I'm a realtor, and I am here to help you decipher exactly what you need to buy a house. So the first thing you need is a job. We need some income coming in. And then you also need a credit score. So when people give me a buzz, I'm like, I'm gonna direct you over to a lender because we're gonna work together to help you buy a home. Unless you've got $300,000 or $400,000 sitting in the bank, which you might not, then we're gonna work together to find you a home that makes sense for your budget and that fits within your needs. So you have to have a job, you have to have some credit, and then we talk about what is your timeline? What does your timeline look like? Is it a month from now? Because we can find you a house within 30 days. Or is it 3 months, 6 months, or even a year? We can create a plan that works best for you. How much do I need to buy a house? Well, that really depends on you. So I would say you need at least $5,000 to $10,000 in your savings account. Really, sometimes that's how much it costs to rent a home or even an apartment. So let's talk about how you would buy a home with that amount of money. So you would need a down payment, and sometimes you can get that from a friend or a family member that will gift you that money, or if you have money in a 401k savings, then you can always pull it from there as well. So you need that small amount of money, and then you also need money for closing costs. So closing costs include prepaids. What is a prepaid? A prepaid is prepaid insurance. So you have to have homeowners insurance on your home, and then you also have to prepay the interest on the home, depending on what day of the month it closes. Then you'll have title fees, you'll have some lender's fees, appraisal fees. So that can normally run about 2.5% of the sales price of the home. Well, guess what? Right now is an amazing time for you to buy a home because I can negotiate those closing costs, that 2.5% off of your purchase price. So that means that all you have to bring then is the 3% or the 3.5%, depending on what type of loan you get. So reach out to me and I would be happy to help you create that plan that makes sense for you to purchase a home. So we've talked about financing, we've talked about talking to the lender. So now let's talk about your needs. So there's 3 things that you need when buying a house. We need to know what your budget is, the price. We need to know location. Do you need to be close to work? And we need to talk about condition. You can have 2 out of those 3, but you can't have all 3. So I always ask, what is most important to you? Is being close to work, having a short commute, most important? Well, sometimes you're gonna be living in the city, and so you're gonna get a home that might be a little bit older or might need a little bit of work to stay within your budget. Or if you're like, you know what, Katie? I can actually go up a little bit in my budget. Okay, then we can expand that so you can get a little bit of a bigger home in a little bit better condition in your location. It's really about what's most important to you. And so we go in a couple of houses and I get a really good idea of what that really looks like. So that is one of the first questions that is the most important question for me, is what is most important to you? Price, location, or condition. So then we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about my home buyer's guide. I am a visual person and I find this super helpful. I wanna know exactly what I'm signing, exactly what to expect, because I'm not just a audio learner, I'm also a visual learner. And so the purchase contract is probably one of the most important pieces of documents that you're gonna sign when buying a home, and I wanna make sure you understand exactly what you're signing. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna walk you through what that purchase contract looks like, what the timelines are, and all of those things. We've established the lender, we've gotten your pre-qualification, we've decided on your budget, we've decided on the location, and I know you have been online looking at homes. Most people have looked at over 500 homes before they even give me a call. And so you have a pretty good idea of what you're looking for. So let's talk about what you love about the homes that you've saved in your search. I create a search for you on the MLS, but there are so many online resources that I know people utilize. They're amazing resources, but when you use the MLS, we work together in partnership to find you the right home that makes sense for you. Okay, so we look at those homes, we talk about them, and then we go see them. So now we know the 5 things that you need to be able to buy a home. That is a job, number 1. You need credit established, and sometimes that can just be getting on a credit card of a loved one, or it might take a few more months to actually establish credit. It just depends on what the lender suggests. So then you also need savings, at least $5,000 to $10,000 in your savings account. And then we have a plan, and we've got the pre-qualification from the lender. So we are ready to shop. I'm Katie Darby, Realtor. I am here to be your resource guide in buying a home. Feel free to give me a call or text, reach out, and subscribe below.